Hi everyone. As you can see on the screen, chapter number 2, Industrial Revolution and Imperialism. Francis sir has already explained several topics of this chapter. Students should watch this video because this video will bring the clarity about the topics, which will help you to do the question answer, which will help you to understand the history of the Industrial Revolution and Imperialism. This video will also bring the answers for you, means we are going to do the exercise. So let's start very quickly the topic which we are going to discuss in this video, the impact of imperialism. Impact of imperialism. First we'll talk about what is imperialism. Imperialism is a policy of extending power and influence in other country. A country has the policy of extending its power and influence in other country with the help of the forces and with the help of the diplomacy. So imperialism caused significant changes in the social, economic and political setup of the society. It has a great impact on the social, economic and political setup of the society. The native people were ruled by foreign powers and lost their political independence. So the native people means the people belonging to the country, they are ruled by the foreign powers and they are not given the rights. They loses their political independence in the country. Imperialistic powers engaged in severe exploitation of resources of the colonies, means where they are settled, they exploit the resources of the country. It destroyed their self-sufficient economies through introduction of the machine-produced goods, as these colonies became markets for these goods. So they also use the colonies as the market. Colonies, students, you must understand, the colonies are the place where a country has its control, and the country which has made its colony, they they make their rules follow in the place. So they exploits the resources of the other countries. Imperialistic wars, they are also involved in the imperialistic wars between the colonist and the native, resulted in the destruction of the property and loss of life. So when the colonists they involved in a war, so what is the loss we get the loss of the property and the loss of the life, because wars are never beneficial for the lives of the people. Racial segregation was widely practiced in the colonies. The natives were considered second class citizens. The native people of this country was considered as the second class citizens, and the colonists, those who have occupied the place, they were the first class citizen. So this was not at all good for the people living in the country. Means the if you are considered the second class citizen in your country, do you think it will be good for you, or would you feel comfortable with this? Not at all. So the native people, they were also not very comfortable being the second class citizen. High tax rates imposed by colonists caused poverty, hunger, disease and famines in the colonies. So in the colonies, they imposed high tax. There was hunger, disease and famines in colonies. So these were the problems for the native people because of the colonists. Imperialism also introduced modern Western idea of democracy, law and scientific advancement in the colonies, which in turn brought revolutionary ideas of freedom, equality, and justice. So, what is there? The imperialism also introduced modern Western ideas for the native people. It also brought the democracy, the law, and scientific and advancement, and the revolutionary ideas. What ideas were instilled in the life of the native people for freedom, equality, and justice. They started asking for the justice and equality. So they were now aware of their rights through the modern Western ideas. So we will talk about the imperialism in India. The British established colonial rule in Bengal through the English East India Company in the 18th century, and later the British Empire conquered almost the entire Indian subcontinent. So students, we all know that the British ruled India for near about 200 years, and they established their colony here, and they tried to use the resources of our country. The English East India Company came as traders and set up trading centers in various parts of the country. So they came as the traders and they became rulers. So we can understand traders to rulers. Through their diplomacy, they became the ruler of the country. Through several wars, and English East India Company defeated other European powers in India like the Dutch, the French, and the Portuguese. So Dutch, the French, and the Portuguese, they also came to India for business, for trade, but the English East India Company, they had a war with them, they defeated them, and they removed them from the Indian subcontinent. Gradually, through wars and diplomacy, it established its rule over Bengal and eventually over other parts of the country. So, through the diplomacy, the East India Company established the rule over the Bengal and eventually over the parts of the country, means some other parts of the country. After the rebellion by the Indians in 1857, the British government took over administrative power from the East India Company, and India came under the direct rule of the Queen of England. So we all know that the first war of independence that was held in 1857. The war in 1857 is also known as the First War of Independence, and it was also the end of the British East India Company. So the company was ruling here in India, but now the direct the Queen of England started ruling India directly. The British imperial rule in India was completely directed towards furthering British interest to sustain the rapid industrial growth, and the British needed a bigger market for their manufactured products and steady supply of raw materials for their industries. India served both these purpose. So the British wanted a good market for their goods, and they also wanted the raw materials. So India was a good place for both the purposes, for both the things, as a market for finished goods and a source of cheap raw materials. So they were taking the raw materials in very low cost, and they were making the goods from that raw materials, and they were selling here in very high cost. With the enormous resources, India became the jewel of British crown. Drain of wealth from India made certain major economic forces. It caused a widespread poverty and impoverishment in India. Traditional handicrafts and industries were completely ruined. So, because of the enormous resources, India became the jewel in the British crown. It was a very important place for the British. And drain of wealth means the wealth was being taken from India, and it was the wealth was serving the Britain. It was a major economic force while it caused widespread poverty and impoverishment in India. So the people became very poor because of this policy of the British, and the industries and the handicraft in India was completely ruined because of the policy of the British. The British imperial rule over India lasted for about 200 years. So about 200 years British rule in India, and when India gained independence. So we all know that in 1947 we got independence, and now our country is an independent country, and it's growing very rapidly. So students, now we'll do the question answer. Let's move to the exercise. So this is the exercise of the chapter number 2. First we will see the fill in the blanks. Before Industrial Revolution, artisans usually worked with their family members and employed simple tools to create goods. So this is the answer that I have told you. The domestic system of production was replaced by factory system. Workers were paid minimum wage for their work. Karl Marx propounded the ideology of communism. Native Indians rebelled against British imperial rule in 1857. So this is the answers for fill in the blanks I have told you here in this video. You may write it on your notebook, and you may also write it on your textbook. So let's do the name the following, which is number B. System of home based small scale production, that is domestic system. The answer is domestic system. Inventor of power loom, Edmund Cartwright. Policy of extending power and influence of a country to other country, that is called imperialism. Workers in the factory doing tasks best suited to their expertise, that is division of labor. Organizations protecting rights and interests of workers, answer is labor union. So choose the correct option. First answer, agricultural revolution laid the foundation of industrial revolution. James Watt invented the steam engine. Industrialization in Russia only started after the Russian Revolution. The trade union were created to ensure better working conditions. The Navy of England is known as Royal Navy. So students, do not forget to watch another video where I will explain the question answer as you can see on the screen, and please write it on your copy, and you may also upload it when I will give you the homework on the dashboard. I will try to help you as much as I can. Please stay at home, stay safe, and keep studying through all the videos which belong to your class. So thank you so much for listening to this video. We will again meet each other. We will again connect each other in the next video. Hope this video will become so beneficial for you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.